Hey guys, welcome back to another Fuzzy Owl ASMR video. I have something a little bit different for you here today. So I was at my local game store. By the way, when you're picking up games, go to your local game store. And I wanted to get something simple and that could suit 2 to 4 players and be a really fun time. And this guy helped me out. His name was Mike, really nice dude. And he was giving me all these recommendations for all these simple little games that would be fun for parties, and I interrupted him and I was like, what's that? Because this art, this is my aesthetic. I am in love with this, and yeah, super excited about this. I don't have the list of awards, but if you go to your local game store and you find this, it'll have a list of awards. It's got like 10 of them. Really, really good game, apparently. I haven't played it. I don't even know the rules, but the way he described it to me, it was a little bit like Splendor, if you know anything about that, but also totally different. So anyways, from Starling Games, and what I'm going to do is just kind of open this up and look at what's inside. And yeah, so let's get started. This game is called Everdell from James A. Wilson. It says with art by Andrew Bosley right there. Beautiful, beautiful art. And I'll give you a little idea of what's going on here in the background. So before we open this up and get started on all the pieces, this game is very charming. A cool little owl guy. I didn't even notice that. But yeah, this is gorgeous looking art, and it's got these game pieces that are like you cut out, and I don't know if you cut them out and you build them up or what, but we will find out. I will read a little bit of the rules unless they're super extensive. He said it might take a little bit of time to read the rules, but we'll see. So right here it says, Everdell is a game of dynamic tableau building and worker placement that is fun for hobby and casual gamers alike. So if you're really into gaming, tabletop gaming, or you just want to join in on this, I guess it's good for everybody. Components here: 128 stunningly illustrated cards, 1 game board, 30 berries, 30 twigs, 25 resin, 20 pebbles, 24 wooden critters, 1 Evertree, 4 event tiles, so maybe there's different events, and they're like kind of like how Arkham Horror is. 27 mini cards, 30 point tokens, 20 occupied tokens, and 1 8-sided die. So those are all the components. 1 to 4 players, ages 10 and up. Takes about 40 to 80 minutes per game. Again, by Starling Games. I've never personally heard of them. I'm just kind of getting into the tabletop scene. I've been playing Magic for a while, but I'm getting into tabletop in general. But here it says, within the charming valley of Everdell, a civilization of forest critters is thriving and expanding. Will the sun shine brightest on your city before the winter moon rises? So I don't know what that means, but I'm assuming that's the lose condition, I guess. And we'll see what the win condition is. So let's pop this open. You'll also notice there might be some thunder in the background. I'm in New York, and apparently it's just monsooning and flooding here. So let's see if I can get this open. That made much less pleasing of a sound than I would hope for, but there we go. It kind of sounded like a boar farting. Anyways, Everdell, rules of play. Hopefully my microphone aiming at my mouth can pick up some of these sounds. Pretty cool sounds. All right. So this is the rule book. Thinking about it now, I'm probably not going to go through every single thing in this book. I will read this little bit here. This sounds like it'll be cool. Kind of setting the stage. So a new year begins. Within the charming valley of Everdell, beneath the boughs of towering trees, among meandering streams and mossy hollows, a civilization of forest critters is thriving and expanding. Ever since famed adventurer Corin Everdell discovered the hidden realm long ago, the citizens have prospered under the shelter of the enduring Evertree. From Everfrost to Bellsong, many a year have come and gone. But the time has this been rhyming the whole time, and I've just been off on the cadence. But the time has come for new territories to be settled and new cities established. You will be the leader of a group of critters intent on just such a task. There are buildings to construct, lively characters to meet, events to host. It will be a busy year. Will the sun shine brightest on your city before the winter moon rises? So there's that winter moon again. Prepare to be enchanted by the wondrous world of Everdell. Once you are here, you might never ever want to leave. And then you got some really cool little art of a bird. Get an overview of everything. I'm not going to read all this because apparently my reading chops are not on point today. But in here, you get the contents. So like it said on the back, but this time you get pictures. Just like every menu at a restaurant should have pictures. Otherwise, I do not retain. So yeah, game board, tiles, 24 workers, all that. You can build this tree up. That looks pretty cool. Shows you how to set up. How to play. So this is the rules that I'm going to have to be studying once this video is over. I was told it's pretty self-explanatory, but we will see. Looks like the cards give you different either abilities or tasks. Prepare for season. So I'm assuming this game like spans over a year, well, an in-game year, and then yeah, you do that. Explains what the end game is. Actually, I'm going to read this really quickly. So end game. When you have reached the end of autumn and cannot perform any more actions or do not wish to, you have finished the game and must pass. If a player has passed, they cannot be given any cards or resources. If cards or resources have to be given to a player and all other players have passed, discard instead. Any unfinished players continue playing until all players have passed. Then add up all the points to determine the winner. You may find it easiest to add up the base value of each card, then come back and add up point tokens, purple prosperity card bonuses, journey points, and events. If there is a tie, the player who achieved the most events wins. If there is still a tie, the player with the most leftover resources is the winner. I don't necessarily know what all that means, but I feel like it will kind of play into how Splendor is a little bit, how you got to have a certain amount of this and a certain amount of that. And yeah, so we will see. Beautiful art. This little rat guy, little meerkat or weasel guy or lady. Yeah, so that's the book. Put that aside over here. Starling Games. Got a little book here. Probably just promote some of their other versions. Yeah, because there's many other versions of this game. I saw Everdell, and then there was also like a different version of it, Belfair, or something like that. So I'll have to check on that. But this shows you how to assemble the tree. And then here is the game board. I don't know that I'll have enough room to open this up. That sounds good. I like how that sounds. Let's see if I can get this open without destroying my setup here. Oops. So you can kind of see some of it. But yeah, that's the board. And then you build the tree up over here. Up here you build the tree. Cartographer's Expedition event, Harvest Festival event, Grand Tour event, City Monument event. So I'm assuming those are all the events that you will need to play and complete for winning. Now this is cool. So here is the tree. This was one of the biggest draws. I love building stuff up in games. Yeah, I might as well pop these open. Let's see here. Right. At least this one. Actually, you know what? I'll pop the one with the least pieces open for now. This one. Nice, detailed, beautiful art on these cards for sure. Really, really like the aesthetic of these. Don't know what they mean yet, but they are pretty. This is a little boat. They have little animal paw prints on there too, which is cute. Now for the big one. I'm so happy these are easy to pop out and I don't have to put too much brain power or effort into popping them out. There is part of what I'm assuming is the main tree. So you got that, and there's a little piece in here too. While we are in the middle of this video, guys, if you like this or find this entertaining, enjoyable, relaxing, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I want to build up a community here with you guys, and I love getting these games and showing them off, unboxing them and stuff, and then in the future, maybe I can even get a setup where I can get like an actual tabletop down gameplay of it. So let's start with these here. Shopkeeper post office. So these are the little cards. They're packaged here. Nice, beautiful little cards. This one says Shopkeeper Post Office, a brilliant marketing plan. When achieved, you may give opponents up to a total of 3, whatever that is. For each donation, gain 2, whatever that is. So these are little bonuses, I'm assuming. I'll try to keep this as straight as possible for you guys. Bunch of little cards in here. We will see what they do in the future when I actually get to playing this. I don't think these have to be in any particular order, so we can probably shuffle them up. In fact, I'm assuming they're not supposed to be in an order. All right. So there's those cards. Oh, that's a bigger stack there. On the back here, it says, time to celebrate. Here's the builder of the greatest city in all of Everdell. Here's to the builder of the greatest city in all of Everdell. And then, let me open these up. Again, I don't think these need to be in any particular order. They're probably best not in any order. Although it does look like there's specific types. Like I keep seeing patterns on these, like mine cards, monastery cards. So yeah, that's that stack of cards. hope I'm not forgetting or missing something, because there's like an empty spot there, but we will see. Here is that 8-sided die they mentioned. Pretty self-explanatory. Here are the 25 little critters, or the 24 little critters. I don't know if these are your characters that you play as, or workers, or just neighbors that you gain along the way, but they're pretty cool. I'll open this up. Yep, so you got what looks like, I think, a little hedgehog. I think. I can't quite tell what that looks like. Let me know in the comments. A little squirrel. And a little bunny, or a little Ori kind of. Like Ori in the Blind Forest. This whole aesthetic reminds me of Ori in the Blind Forest. Then we got the berries. This is some sort of resource. Not quite sure yet what you do with these, but yeah, if you can see, little berry. These are the gems, I believe they said. Then the pebbles. Still got to find out what you do with these resources, but sure, it will all make sense. And then I like these little logs, or whatever the other one they mentioned were. But yeah, here are those. Now, what else is in here? These are just a bunch of extra bags. I don't necessarily know why they do that, unless it's just in case you lose these ones. And that is everything in the box, unless there's something underneath. No. There's nothing underneath. But here's the main board again. Try to fit these all back in their spots. At least relatively close. And that little piece. Yeah. Very cool. I'm excited to play this. I love games like this, especially where it doesn't seem like it's super high stakes or super intense. The guy says it is involved, but it doesn't sound like intense. It's not like backstabby like other games or anything like that. It's just kind of, you just go about your season. So there you guys have it. That's Everdell. I would love to get a group of people together to play this and maybe do a top-down camera view of the game board if I can find a tabletop big enough and enough friends to play, which I bet I can convince my friends to play this. But let me know what you guys think. Do you love the art? Do you know how to play this game already? Have you played it? If so, did you have fun with it? Would you recommend it to other people? And like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. If you're asleep, sleep tight. Hope you've enjoyed this soft-spoken episode with this board game and a little thunder in the background. If you're going to pick this game up because you're like me and you saw the aesthetic and you were like, I got to have that, it's $60. And it's won tons of awards. Like if you go to the game, like I said, pick it up at your local game store, you'll see like all the accolades that it has earned. So very excited to get playing this, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.